Hey, good afternoon. This is Clay with Clay's AC and Auto Repair and Clay Motion here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Today we're working on a 2008 GMC Sierra 1500. I want to make sure it's a 1500. If this video is helpful, please like, share, comment. Most of all, subscribe to my page. If you got any questions or comments, please look me up on Facebook under Clay's AC and Auto Repair. Remember, if anybody else can do it, you can do it too, and it never hurts to try. So what we got going on today is we got a shifter that when we turn the key on and we actually move this thing for the four-wheel drive, sometimes it will work. It's supposed to be in two-wheel drive right now, and then sometimes it won't. So it just flashed, it wouldn't go there. And this morning when I started it up, first thing, it would work, and then it went away. So what we're looking at replacing is more than likely the shifter module itself. We're obviously going to have to take the dash apart and locate where this thing's at. Not quite certain right now, but wanted to build the first part of the video, and this is the part that we're putting in. And I got some, more than likely, I got some steel shots for you on there. And then these are the codes that I'm getting. I'm also getting these codes from the ABS module and the body control module, and I believe I've got this set to the four-wheel drive transfer case control. So we're going to go ahead and jump into that, and I'll show you where this thing's at, and we'll replace it and see if that works. If at the very least, we're going to start testing some wires and see if we got a communication error or maybe a broken wire or something like that. First thing we're going to do is we believe that the component is located underneath this kick panel here, so we remove two screws, Phillips screws down here at the bottom, and then we pulled the fuse box cover off and lifted up the parking brake handle and pulled out one 10mm bolt, and then we just pop that away. Be careful, don't do like I did. I had the camera in my hand. So okay, so now if we look down inside this hole right here, we'll see up inside there that the control unit is mounted right there to the back of a plastic piece. Let me get a little bit of light up inside there. You can see it back there. So we're going to unplug it and plug in the new one and see if that's the problem, just because we got it here in my local parts store. Will let me return this part if it's not. But you have to be really careful if you're thinking about returning this part. Don't tear up the box, don't tear the tape off of the thing like an animal. I kind of moved mine back a little bit so I could plug it in and make sure that this is the problem. Okay, so here's a special note that I want to talk to you about. If you look down inside there and you see that this piece has already been replaced, you need to look down inside these panels right here and make sure none of them are bent. Typically a lot of mechanics, you know, this is kind of it's not really a tight working place, but it's one of them things that when you're going to put them clips on and you're pushing them in, often people will bend these panels without noticing, and then they'll cause a problem. We're going to fix the problem, and then they just caused another one. So watch out for that. Okay, so we got the module sitting right there. We got it plugged in, sitting above the hoop on the thing here. It was a little bit harder to get that last plug in there. So we got it in there. We had to use our scanner to reset the transfer case problem that we had. Now we got all our gear selector like it's supposed to. I can hear the motor shifting down in the bottom. It's worked every time. I've done it about 5 times, so everything seems to be working well. Now, you're not going to have a scanner at home, so what I recommend you do is take the battery cables off, leave the vehicle in neutral, take them completely off of the battery, or batteries if you have two. Take a wire, put them together, or if you can pull them together, each together, and connect them with a pair of vice grips or whatever, hold them there for about 25 minutes. What that's going to do is that's going to bleed down your memory inside your BCM and your ECM, okay? And that should align this to that. Now, wherever this stopped at, leave that selector switch at that stop part. So when you go to start the vehicle back up, the selector switch is configured along with where the actual transfer case setting is. If yours was working like mine, showed where it was actually at, and showed it wasn't switching, that's the way you want to do that. Now I might get into showing you exactly how to install this. Do that next. Okay, so this thing's pretty simple to change. You're gonna reach your hand inside the hole, and at the very top, I don't know how, up at the very top, you're gonna pull this, and then you're gonna pull the unit towards you with your other finger, and it will just come right out. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay, so we got the video made, we got everything done. Wanted to go over a couple things. Hopefully that reset your ECM doing the battery deal. If this video was helpful, please like, share, comment, most of all subscribe. I love all your wonderful comments. Remember, be the first to you and not the next to them. And if you try to look at something, you can generally figure it out and fix it. I mean, we're all humans. We all have a certain level of intelligence. Hopefully this video was helpful. Have a great day. Bye.